hello everybody. How are you all? Welcome to this live on Sunday. You might notice there's no episode going out today. Instead, we're going on as a live. Chris never really got to say much about his experiences after the episode.
Hmm. um, is a good thing, really. I think I've had time to process it,
Hmm.
so you can jump on straight away and start talking about it, not necessarily knowing that you've processed everything. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah. Should we say some hellos before we kick off?
Yeah. Do the participation, whatever.
So we got Ranger Paul, very keen bean there, number 1 on the list. He's first person in. Um, we got Sandra. We got Ryan, Exploring Unseen, John.
Got my
Uh,
favorite guy in Ryan. Yo, Ryan.
we got Bristol Paranormal Hunters, so that's must be Sean, Susie, and that's everybody. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think then?
Wow. Thank you everyone for coming on the live today. I understand if you're popping in and saying hello, that's fine. That's not a problem. But this is a bit of a debrief for us and everyone else involved with Hoppers Woods. Recently, we have um, kind of gone to other locations and since Hoppers Woods, and we're kind of still stuck on Hoppers Woods, aren't we? We're kind of still there mentally, watching our videos grow, and they have grew. It is kind of took off in a good way. There's not been much negativity
No.
like the last time. We had quite a lot of people that didn't like it last time.
Odds on ends on other people's videos.
Mm,
Don't come near us,
yeah,
though. Hi, Dan.
no. Hi Dan. Uh, it's a point I'm going to raise actually. I'm going to go straight into it, and I don't really know how to put it, so I'm just going to say it how it is, and that's that. And if people are offended by it, then that's your problem.
Well, I don't think anyone
Um,
watching is at the moment.
well, I think everyone's gonna kind of look at this in the way that I see it anyway. I think everyone should be watching our videos, hands down. If you're into the paranormal, you should be watching these videos. I want everyone to watch the videos, and I feel there's a big portion of the community that aren't watching it, but avoiding it. Or if they have watched it, they're just not saying nothing. Um, I'm aiming this purely at, the debunking community. I think the videos are quite substantial. Our video is very well done. I've had a lot of people say it's put together really good, really nice. It's an easy watch. Um, there's nothing too frustrating about it. We're kind of straight to the point,
Hmm.
aren't we, in the video on why we're there. And there's been other teams off the back of us that are going to these locations
Yeah.
and experience stuff as well. So it kind of validates everything we're going through. So there is 4 videos on this place. I think technically now 5, and every video verifies our experience from a different perspective as well, because everyone's got different cameras. Now that night, I went there thinking to myself, this is gonna be a nightmare. It's all good having 10 or 12 cameras on board, but I was thinking the IR lights, the exposures, everything was going to get messy. No one was going to be able to see anything because of all the lighting. And I thought, this is going to be crazy. But it wasn't like that, was it?
No. I mean, if you're locked in a small space, like a room, that might be an issue.
Yeah, it would be an issue, but we all had our own part to play and we all had our own angles to cover. And I think having 4 videos on this
Mm.
location telling the same story but from a different perspective was really nice to watch. I was really impressed with Bristol Paranormal's video. They put their video together really nicely. I like the voiceovers they'd done, and I think it was some of his best work. And his channel is grown from that as well. Stu's was really impressive, and his video, despite his subscription count, has took off. It's a
Yeah.
really, really, really well watched video, and our analytics show that it is done really well, and the videos are still growing today.
Hmm.
Jason's video. Obviously, he got the first clout. He got one hell of a clout, didn't he? I think it cleared what he wanted within one day. So probably down to the fact his video went out first. But I do want everyone to go and watch everyone's video. I think it's very important. And everyone's video is different as well, but the same story in some respect. But I've come to the conclusion the place is haunted, and I don't think it's haunted necessarily in the way where there's, you know, demons and ghosts and all those type of things. I think the place has a very, very weird pull on people.
Yeah.
I think when you go there, you can get addicted and you want to go back, and it can pull you back. And it's quite dangerous that. I don't like that sort of vibe. I don't like that feeling. I
Well,
think Ranger Paul talked about that,
yeah.
didn't he?
He's. Can we say what happened recently?
That's up to him. Paul, is it all right if we talk about it?
What happened? And you messaged Chris saying you didn't know if you wanted to go back after the thing that's just happened recently. Whilst we wait for you to say that, um, obviously you touched on like the debunkers out there not really saying much about it. It's almost if that they are like it's boycotting intentionally. They don't want to talk about it because they know that, like, and I don't mean in a negative light or a positive light. There's just literally, it's almost as if it doesn't exist at all to them. It's really weird.
I know it's strange, isn't it? It's really bizarre. I just, in a way, you kind of get frustrated because they claim that they want to see real paranormal activity. They want to see a real investigation, and they want to be able to be, able to go, right, this is a location that I think we should go to,
Yeah,
and they want to pay an interest, but maybe they have their own bloody narrative. Do you know what I mean? And
who
it's
knows?
frustrating because you kind of point them in that direction that, look, this is what we're doing. This is interesting. You should watch this. None of it is, none of it's fake. None of it at all, despite what people might think. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I get that, but 4 or 5 different accounts on this place is it's worth your time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's worth your time. I don't know how else to put it. And what's frustrating for me is when I come away from Hoppers Woods and we put the videos out, I had a couple of days where I kind of looked back at all our videos, and then I realized every time our video premiered, a debunker went live.
Mm.
That
I
moment
did
in
mention
time, our
this. I mentioned
premieres,
this in the last one. It was
and
very strange. Well,
it was
there was
strange.
one individual that did it on everyone else's, and then a different individual decided to do it on ours. I
Yeah,
don't know if they're doing it right now, whilst we speak as well. I don't think they are.
no, no, it was the premieres. It was hitting direct times on our premieres, which was so strange to me
I did make a
because you put,
point of this
yeah,
on one of their discords, and I put, "Oh, funny this, isn't it? Like this coincidence," and then just ignored completely. And then someone else posted something, and then loads of comments on what they posted. I was ignored as if I don't exist. It's like that's
you,
bad.
it's clear as day, mate. You don't exist. I mean, they may look at you as a bit of a pest.
And the more people try to ignore me, the more I'm gonna go, hello, 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 like that. Ranger Paul
That's
is saying
right.
yes. Talk about his
Oh,
experience.
that's brilliant. Yeah. So Ranger Paul recently went back to the first original site he took us to at Hoppers Woods, and I think he went with Anne, Twingo Paranormal, took a couple of other people. Sorry, a bit gassy there. So he got attacked I think a branch hit him on the head, and it scared him, I think, and he doesn't really want to go back.
Yeah, he's saying there, I'm wearing a helmet or protection cap for the future investigations, but I can't go back to Hoppers though. I worry what could happen and the progression. Now that's a complete flip side to what you were saying the other day when you were saying, I want to go there on my own. I feel like it's my friend. I told you, Paul.
Yeah. Everyone kind of laughed at you for wearing a helmet on the first time round. No,
Yeah,
no, the second time round, didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
They kind of laughed because you were the only person with a helmet on, and even I was editing the intro, and I was going, "Oh God, no one's got a hat on," and Mark sat there at a pub with a flipping hard hat on, looking like a moron. Oh, this just looks so construed. Oh God, how are people gonna view Mark? But no, you've got every right to wear that, and you're probably the smartest person for it as well, because I, after Paul said he got hit with that branch on the head, I just thought to myself, and then the stone that we caught on camera,
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't take the risk.
he was there going on about when he was younger, bricks come flying out. I was like, fuck that, I'm wearing a helmet. What's he
He did
put?
say that, didn't he? Yeah.
Marky Mark does exist. He's real. You can't debunk him.
Hello, Jason. Jason's in the house. Hello, Jason. Shouldn't you be watching the football?
Only second time I've been physically attacked. You were right, Mark. I was wrong. No camping on my own there.
No,
Told you.
I wouldn't do it. There's a vibe that
It's not
kicks
your
in that
friend.
place, and like whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. But there is a vibe that kicks in. It don't stay around for very long, but it comes in drips and drabs, and it lingers, and it kind of circles you, and it's on all four sides of you. You're hearing noises from the front, back, sides, all the way around you, and even despite the cameras not picking it up very clear, when you're there, you can hear it. And
Mm.
I'm sure everyone that's been there will agree to this, and they will understand and know exactly what I'm trying to say. But when something does happen, you're in the middle of nowhere. You could be lost in those woods and something bad happened to you, and you can scream to the top of your voice. No one's hearing you. No one. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're on a whim,
Mm. Stu's here.
and that's it. Where is he to?
Yo, yo, yo. Good to see you the other day, Stu. That was quite something. I've watched
Oh,
some of
there
that
he is.
back.
Paranormal Walks.
Yeah,
Guys, follow Paranormal Walks. Get on his channel and follow this guy.
so
Honestly.
coming up soon from Bristol Paranormal Walks and the Dreadmare exclusive YouTube will be the I basically went with them to Halfway Farm. So Stu came down to Bristol, and it's not going to be part of Haunted the Truth. Maybe some little clips as shorts might go on there, but mainly it's going to be used for their stuff. And
Yeah, there is a new Dreadmare video coming soon. I have to edit this. Stuff does happen, believe it or not. Yeah, Mark sent me a clip last night of him locked inside a cupboard
under
underneath the
the
stairs,
stairs, and then the
and
cupboard opened on me, and
the
there's
door opens,
and
like full on
I
opens.
shit myself. Proper shit. How many times did I say the door's opened? I'm like, the door just opened, the door just opened, the door just opened, the door just opened. I go mental.
Is brilliant. It really is. It's brilliant. Just I missed that night. I wasn't there, but I don't really need to be there to understand why that place is haunted. It's called the Farmhouse. So
Halfway Farm, yeah.
we got a episode on Haunted the Truth coming up
With
next
Billy.
week with Billy,
Yeah.
on that place, and yeah, some weird stuff happens in that as well. I think for the first time in a while, you will see Mark shit his pants.
Oh yeah.
You end up looking like Roadrunner, don't you?
Yeah.
I think Mark ends up looking like Roadrunner, and I end up looking like Scooby Doo.
That was crazy. As everyone were in the other rooms, madness. I'm still drying my eyes from tears. Mark in that. Oh yeah. Okay. So you found that funny then? You've seen me in that little clip that I sent to Sean. Won't give out too
Paranormal
many
said
spoilers though.
let's talk about that bang, because
Wait, is
Stu's
he?
just
What's
bringing
he
up that.
referring to? Is you, Stu? Are you referring to at Hoppers, or are you referring to the other night? Because there
You
was it.
said to me you had a big bang in that farmhouse and you
Yeah,
caught it on camera or
I'm
something, and
assuming he's referring to that.
yeah, I
Although
should imagine so.
even though we're kind of debriefing Hoppers, we're going off on a tangent. But that always happens with me. Expect that with
Yeah,
ADHD.
but that's what's coming up, guys. Anyway, that's next week's thing. But back to Hoppus Woods. Get back on track with that. Um, I There was another point we were wanting to talk about, weren't we? And it was, let me just read. I did write it down
Your
somewhere.
notes.
Yeah, it was. I find it really interesting on the growth of the channels, but yet Ranger Paul's channel doesn't seem to be getting as much. He's growing slowly, but I really want this guy to be big. I think in my mind, he's key to everything because he's such a fascinating guy. He's like a born leader, you know what I mean? And his channel is looking spot on at the minute. His header, his logo, everything's looking spot on. I want him to be noticed, but
I'm live. Go away.
how do you get the guy out there? Do you know what I
But
mean?
go.
So this is what I've noticed. He deletes his content. So I don't want you to delete your content, Paul. I really don't want you to delete your content. I know you feel the need to sometimes, but I really think you should go live and you should leave some lives up. Just maybe be careful about what you say if you're a bit worried. But I think you should leave your content up. Would you agree with that, Mark?
Yeah, but and also if you worry about certain things you say, you can just edit it out. Like that live where we were all over the shop and things weren't
Yeah.
working, I cut half of that out because, and there was some stuff that I said in it which I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, and I cut it out. I edited it out. If you need to know how to do that, Paul, I can show you.
Mm. I think it would help your channel. I really do.
But your lives is where your channel's at.
Yeah. His lives could grow his channel massively. Huge. I mean, do you know what, right? I'm going to say this now. This is very true. A long time ago, before I even knew Paul, I used to follow and watch Ghost Theory. I used to watch a little bit. I don't so much now, because I've come to the realization they're all in it for themselves and they don't really mingle and mix with anyone. They're kind of very selfish with their channel. They don't want a network. So that's fine. That's up to them. It's not a problem. It just means I won't bother with them. But I noticed they did call out Ranger Paul once. They did give him a shout out. And that was
Mm.
huge. I'm pretty sure they did. They said, everyone go across and follow this guy, Ranger Paul. And then that's when I clicked on it and I thought, hold on, wasn't this the guy that you were watching, Mark? Because you started watching someone and you went, oh, I've met this guy. He's so eccentric. He's amazing. He's like me, but older.
I just tuned in one day, flicking through, because I was just searching paranormal and just looking at lives in general, just on the internet.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then I clicked on it. It was like silly o'clock in the morning, and he was going on about how the devil had gotten into the Catholic Church and stuff like this, and and I was like, oh, this is saucy. This is good. And then that was it. Then
Yeah, you were hooked, weren't you? You were up all night watching him.
yeah.
I think you stuck on his life for 4 hours and you were just like, oh, where did the
I've
time
got
go?
another question. I'm gonna put something else to him. You know what I mean? It's like, right, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put you on the spot now and ask you something else.
Someone's just put, I think the collabs was a massive success for you all. Yeah, I really believe that. Who was that? Said that. Susie Stockham. Thank you very much. It is, and it's going to happen more and more. And, if you can all head over to the Dreadmare channel, I don't know if it will come up in a search yet. It's a new channel that we've formed. It's the collaboration channel for us all, and there will be some more episodes going up on there and some extra content. when people decide to send them to me, uh, as and when, I will upload them. Jason from Haunted Sessions is running the Facebook page of Dreadmare. So go across to that and join him with that. There's some really good discussions on there. And it's for everyone. Don't feel that, oh, it's just a selective amount of teams and it's a clique. It's not. It's for everyone. And if you do want to network and you do want to be involved, we're open arms to it, as long as you're willing to network back with us. But it's for everyone. You don't have to worry too much about being a certain way.
I want to say something,
The only,
actually.
just before you say that, the only thing we say is we don't want any fakery.
No, no,
And
no.
if there is, and we see it, I'm telling you now,
I'll get my
Mark
chainsaw
will,
out.
Mark will be the first person to bloody call you out.
So this is a question to Jason. Did anyone under the name of Spiritual Awakening or Dean ask to join the Facebook side of Dreadmare? The only reason I say this is because I was speaking to him the other day, Chris, asking how he was, and he's been out of the scene for a little bit because he's had another baby.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then I said to him if he wanted to get involved with some of this other stuff, then I told him I sent him the Facebook link. So he
Yeah.
can do that as or when he likes.
Yeah. And Spiritual Awakening is a very different channel again from everyone. They only focus on the Estes method. So it's not like you have to be a certain way. It's a growing thing, and I hope it does grow big and is creating a huge community of people. And there's a lot of trust involved with this, so we want to deliver, don't we? That's the idea of it.
Dare I say something? I'm starting to warm to the spirit box.
Yeah, that's Stu's fault, isn't it? I'll tell you what, right? Paranormal Walks, that Stu, he gets some responses on that box, right? And it's the clearest responses I've heard in a long time. I used to look at it myself and I used to think, come off it, like it's just a bloody radio sequence.
Don't get me
But
wrong, they're
you,
noisy as fuck, but
you weren't receiving no radio in that Hoppers Woods. I'm telling you, that was out in the middle of nowhere, and that response he got was pretty hectic, I must admit.
we did it in the farm the other day, and I'm there walking. I felt like I was playing Phasmophobia. I'm walking around with it, going, "Hello, are you here? Hello, are you here? Hello, are you here?" Every room I went to, nothing, and then I went to
Yeah.
one of the rooms, and then something was like, "Go away," and I was like that. Ah, ah, ah. It's honestly, it's blown my head. Yeah, Bristol Paranormal. Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Jason said he did comment on his video, but not sure if he's on the Facebook page. Oh, Dean from Spiritual Awakening. Yeah, I mean he's a sound guy. He's just that their channel is very different to the average channel, but I think that's needed anyway. You need someone with a little bit of difference. He focuses a lot on his intros. Like if you go and watch his recent video he uploaded, he must have put months into his intro. I'm sat there watching it, and it was like Hollywood. So fair play to him. What's that? Shoes video, Amazing Spirit. Dan, yeah, you are Mark. So I'm gonna.
Be
There's another
careful
point
who
I've
slash we add to the
written down.
channels. Be safe and secure as far as you can. These. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. There's who you're allowing into the Facebook page and who you're allowing into the closed network of telephone numbers through
yeah,
WhatsApp, and those are two
yeah,
separate entities, Paul.
yeah. So I stated that earlier on a minute ago as well that you know everyone's welcome, but there's requirements, and it is networking. We're trying to build this community, and we don't want no horrible behavior. We don't want no toxicity. We don't want any of that crap. We just want to ghost hunt, find proof, showcase it in the best way we can. And when we do this Dreadmare collaboration, there's a good amount of teams that can verify each other,
Yeah.
because I am absolutely fed up of this fake, 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 fake. And this is the best way of doing it, because it proves that, if someone's going to call one team fake, you're calling everyone fake. And I'm telling you that that ain't the case. Believe me.
Oh, good
And
luck.
what we've
Good luck when you get all of us at your door. Like fucking 20 people
good,
outside.
or say good luck when you get Ryan at your door. Oh, Ryan, he's funny. Guys, head over to Bristol Paranormal Hunters YouTube channel. They're fantastic. Those guys, I love them to bits. Sean is he's obviously new to all of this pretty much, and he was massively into the paranormal. Started a channel up, thinking that, oh, I won't be able to do it, but he's done it. He's
Mm.
done it. He's smashed it.
Yes.
Absolutely smashed it.
It is.
They've recently just hit 500 subscribers on their channel, so well done to him. Hopefully that grows for you, dude. And the latest Topus video for their channel, as I think, has peaked over 1K views now, which is amazing. I think that's on the rise as well.
Yeah. What's he saying? No, no hate, no fake. Yeah, pretty much. I know. Like, so if you're coming to join, like, it depends. It depends. If you're coming onto the Facebook page and you just want to be part of a community on there, then that's one thing. But if you're coming out with us or joining us or doing anything with us, I would also say no leeching or personal gain.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, innit?
to a certain extent, everybody's got an agenda to have a good channel. I understand that, but
Yeah.
there's, like but you could. There's people out there where this. Here's an example that I know this isn't the case. So, with Bristol Paranormal, for example, we've both me and you have helped them get everything. We've done a lot for them, and we've done all these things with them. If they were the types of people to then go away and go, right, thank you very much, see you later, off we go, and then never mention us again, never thank us again, never bring us up again, that I wouldn't stand for either.
Well, it's just
By the way,
it's
guys, I
leeching,
know
isn't it?
you
Yeah, yeah,
wouldn't do that. It was the only hypothetical scenario I could think of.
yeah. I think collectively, as this Dreadmare grows, I mean, we're all going to worry about that. A team coming in and just going, "Oh, guys, shout me out, please," and then we do that, and then they piss off, right? And then you find out that they're fake. Well, you're not going to get away with it, not with Mark. You just won't get away with it at all. Mark will dig deep.
Yeah.
The one thing that we are very, very, me and Mark both, we're very observant, and he's very technical. Mark, he's good. He's a wizard with the technical side of things. Me, my skills are, I'm I'm a very, very creative person. So I look at something and I go, right, how can this work? How can that work? And I piece things together and make a bit of an artistry out of it. I like I like watching something and picking it apart and
Mm.
seeing how good I can make it or how better I make it. So if you look at a piece of art, some people say, "Oh, art is never finished," and that's correct. It's never finished. You can always do better. You can always make it better. Mark likes to buy a brand new computer and take it apart to see if he can put it back together. He deconstructs things, physical things, and that's what we do. And like, if there's something fishy in a video, Mark will go out of his way to try and find out what it is. So for example, if you're going to watch the Hoppus videos and have a problem with it, I promise you it's a pointless problem, because Mark's covered everything you're going to ask. I promise you. There is no there is no point in asking or raising a concern, because Mark's covered it. He's got it done and ready to challenge you and make you look like an idiot. So yeah,
So,
sit back and watch them and enjoy them for what they are. And there's 5 teams that will happily say, legitimate teams that will happily say everything's real. So it's worth your time. I don't know why people don't watch it. Everyone should watch it. They should.
yeah, we get that, Sean. We understand that, what you're saying there. I couldn't think of an example. All of us being something to dread about, and that is an incredible 100%. Chris, you need to work for Steven Spielberg. No,
Yeah, a lot of the what I don't want to take credit for everything, right? Obviously, because me and Mark we edit together, but my way of editing is very smart. It makes I give it that sort of like style, that sort of like, wow, I can watch this. This is nice. I like good transitions, all those type of things. I piece together a nice little narrative and edit it very well. But you can't put it down to editing. You have to film it well as well. So I film very careful. Mark, he is the continuity expert. He will watch it and he'll go, ah, that scene don't go with that scene. He's the guy that sits there and watches a Hollywood movie and he will pick out the mistake.
yeah. That person was holding the cup in their left hand and now it's in their right hand.
Yeah.
That sort of
So
shit. I tell you now, though, right? Ever since I went to uni, watching movies is really difficult. Like, I end up watching them and I go, "Oh, what's the purpose for this in the scene? Why have they put that in the background? Why is there a reason behind it?" It's like it fucks you doing anything
yeah, yeah,
film
yeah,
education does you. You can't watch
yeah.
anything anymore.
So
No,
there's a
Christine, hello.
there is a lot of people out there that wonder what the inner depth of the video is and why they like the video, and they can't explain why they like the video. So I'll tell you a little secret about Hoppus Woods. All right, everything's real. You know this. Everyone knows this, right? That have been there. It's real, and you can verify this with the other videos. But there are things in the video that are set out and laid out to draw you in. So the way I see these videos is I'm very quick to make the video around music. There's certain music used that will work with the imagery, and colors are very important. So you'll notice at the start of the video, you'll notice a very yellowy sort of lack of color vibe and filter in throughout the video, and then when it changes halfway there's a different color involved and a different filter used, and it gives you a sense of dread. It takes you from one one place to another place completely, and people don't understand how important music and color has an effect. They don't understand that it has an effect on you, and you won't even realize it as
Yeah.
well.
Range
So
Paul's put a future Hollywood English Blair Witch film at our favourite woods. Is Hollywood calling? Funny you should say that, Paul, because the person who's currently working on the new Blair Witch film, who's one of the directors, screenwriters towards the actual film, Oliver Park, has watched the Hoppers Woods video.
yeah,
And he
he's seen
put,
it.
"This place sounds amazing. How far away is it from Bristol?" And that was a message he sent back to me, like over a DM.
Yeah, but yeah, when you're editing, you've got to make it good, right? You've got to make it fascinating. You've got to make sure people stick with it. And it isn't really about, oh, we're going to make it easy for people to watch. There's other things at play that you can do to make people not understand why they're liking it. So you'll notice with our videos, there's no turns, there's no pans, there's cuts
We're gonna give
in
everything away,
places.
Chris.
But it's true. A lot of even Sean was like, "Why is it so good? Why is this so?" Well, I'm telling you now, there's a reason for why. It's
Yeah,
because we stick to a set way of doing it. One in particular thing as well, and what we stand by is we make you feel like you're there with us. That's what we do in the video. We make you feel like you're there with us. Sometimes it's not possible for people to do that, and sometimes we've had trouble doing that in some of our videos. But everything's very steady, good imagery, good colors, and it works. What's that you're showing people?
uh, fucking Sean was like, "Am I serious? Did he actually message?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he did."
Yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, the director for the new Blair Witch film that's being made secretly at the minute is not even it's not even really out there. He has seen it. He liked
Yeah,
it. So yeah, if anyone got any questions for me about the Hoppers Woods video, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. I've started doing my best I can now. Great advice from Chris. Yeah, I mean, don't steal what we do, obviously. Otherwise, I
You'll have,
will say you're a thief.
you'll have to
You got
send
to stick to
round
your.
Tommy Four Fingers and he'll beat you up.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think we're going to go back to Hoppus Woods unless Ranger Paul has a look at this new location and gives us the go ahead. I think it's called the Witchy Woods, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. The Witchy
The Hanging Woods. Oh, I don't bloody know. There's a couple of places.
He did mention it briefly in the video, on our video. If you watch carefully, he does say, look, debunk whatever you want to debunk. I personally don't care. But if I take you to the Witchy Woods, now that in that episode he didn't take us to the Witchy Woods. He just referenced it. So we're yet to go there and see what that's like. But apparently it's absolutely loaded with like that witch vibe. There's more of it.
Susie's put, I'm a bit worried though, since Ryan came back from Hoppers, my daughter has noticed a lot of strange things going on in the house.
Who's that?
Susie. So I'm assuming that there's some weird things happened since Ryan's got back.
Don't look at that as attachment, because I promise you now, we have this a lot. We have it, not every location, but some locations, me and Mark, you'll find that your technology might play up a little bit. Your computer might play up. The editing software might not take to the footage too well. Some footage moves around and gets lost and gets deleted in set locations. Yeah, these type of weird things happens. You can't prove it's paranormal. You can't prove it's connected, but it's strange how that does occur. Once we were editing, and we were editing a Snuff Mills video, and there was a simultaneous incident that happened at the same time. Mark's in his bedroom, I'm in mine, and we're editing through Discord, and then our light bulbs just blew simultaneously, and we totally freaked out. We were like, whoa, that's too much of a coincidence. Wow. And that blew our minds away. We were like, I don't even know how to explain that.
The only possibility that would cause is if like it wasn't just us two. If multiple people in Bristol had it happen to, and it turned out that the national grid of Bristol had a fucking surge. That's the only explanation.
But that wasn't the case, was it?
No,
I mean, it was just us, and we were editing the same thing through a computer screen.
Hanging Woods. Paul's looking at the Hanging Woods. The Hanging Woods, and although we do have another Witchy Woods, which is another location, and Paranormal Walks knows the location. I would probably not do the Devil's Dressing Room, because I know the story behind why it's called that, and it's just folklore. Basically, the Devil's Dressing Room is they what's it called? Mined the stone. So they took the stone, quarried the stone from that area to build the gargoyles. And that's why they're saying that they're dressing the devil. That's why it's called that. I'm getting bangs, knocks, and walking around my home ever since coming back from Hoppers. So when we coming round them?
Yeah.
I don't get any of this. I've bloody got pieces of Hoppers up there on my shelf. I've got the bleeding monkey from the other night, which you will all understand what this is in due course.
It's a hard one to call, Ryan. I'm going to say this to you now, buddy. Document it. Just film it. Get a camera going. It's a free location for you. You know.
Well, hold that for a second. Sean, the other night we heard a child running around in the hallway, but everyone was asleep. and her hair was floating in front of her in the toilet.
What?
What movie does that happen in? I've seen that in a film where like their ponytail gets pulled up. Is it actually Poltergeist? Does that happen in Poltergeist?
I'm really confused what he's in referencing to there. She was also in the toilet, and she has long hair and was pulled. Uh, Sean, what's this in relation to, mate? Is this something
It's happening.
is happening or a movie?
No, in
Your
his
your
house.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, you would
I,
shit
I
yourself, wouldn't you? Let's
I'm
not
just
beat
looking.
around the bush. Let's say you were. Well, you could only imagine what people in your house would be saying if that started happening to their hair, Chris. You wouldn't be allowed to do it anymore. You'd get
No,
banned.
no, no. Well, they say don't antagonize. If it's in your own home, you've got to ignore it. So that's the best thing to do. Just ignore it, and it will go away. Um,
It's
I don't know the best answers. I'm not qualified for this, you know. Like all I do is film and I edit. I can ghost hunt and I understand certain things, and I've witnessed so much now, which I believe. And I kind of sit there and I go, well, is it a bit too dangerous to be messing with? It's a bit like the Ouija board. I might not believe in the Ouija board, but that don't mean to say that it's not real. That's why I don't touch it because it could be, and I don't want to take that chance, you know? It's all these things going on now. It's just crazy. What I did want to actually say earlier is a point that's written down, and I can bring it in now because it's in reference to what's going on with you guys, right? Um, I don't know why, and I don't know how, and I haven't got an answer for it at all. But when you start getting activity, real activity, collectively in a group, and you start opening yourself up to it more, and you kind of come to the realization that, yeah, this is happening. I don't know why, things just start to happen more and more. I got this feeling like Jason from Haunted Sessions now is going to start experiencing more activity when he goes to more locations, more so than what he did before he came to Holpus Woods. Because that experience he had for that voice of that little girl going, help me,
whatever it was.
that was his first experience, and that completely blew his mind away. And it opened him up so much. He's got this buzz from it now. It's called the paranormal hangover. Basically, it leaves you absolutely exhausted the next day, but it's because you're so buzzed, you're full of adrenaline, and it's an amazing feeling. But it opens you up so much more to the paranormal. You're just going to start feeling and knowing and seeing more things happen to you. I think this was a case with you, Mark. You went with loads of teams in the past. Nothing happened. You got bored. They didn't do it in a way which was what you know of now, and you kind of lost faith in it all, and you just started explaining everything. You just thought, oh
Mm.
well, that's crap. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. You met me. We went to a few locations. I showed you a few things that I find weird, and we went to the poltergeist house. And ever since then, you've opened up, and you've just witnessed more and more paranormal activity than what you ever have done, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, everything they've said, by the way, is all actual things that are happening to them in their own homes. Just looking through these comments now. And then
well,
Paul's
I would
saying,
say,
time to move away from Hoppers Woods and not go back. Don't say that,
yeah.
because then it makes me want to go back.
Crazy, isn't it?
But,
It's such a fascinating location, though. Like, what a find, Paul. You've got to take huge credit for that, mate. You've got to really take credit for it. But anyone who goes there and they go, "Oh, we're going to Hoppus Woods," right? You're in your absolute right to just comment on their video and take credit for it, because without you, mate, we wouldn't have never gone there. So, thank you. I've had the best experience there. It was amazing. A different kind of experience.
mm.
I know Ryan and Sean are laughing there when I say different experience.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
right, there's two different types of experiences. The first time and the second time. I mean, I'd go back, but I would want to go back to the spot we went to the first time, but with less people. But that's just to
Mm.
see, you know,
Well, there
just
was paranormal. There was poltergeist activity there, wasn't there?
yeah. But I believe that I think that Bristol Paranormal were planning to camp there in that first
Well,
spot.
with the stuff they got going on in their house at the minute.
Hmm. This is not the first
Mm.
time these things have happened, though. Look what happened with Dean from Spiritual Awakening after Snuff Mills and that.
Yeah, he went to Snuff Mills, didn't he? And then like he sort of started having things happening in his
Shit was
house.
kicking off for him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we
But
were
everyone's
like,
too scared to
well,
talk about it, Mark. Everyone is too scared to. I'm glad they've said something, but it sounds mental, doesn't it? Like no one's really going to give a crap, so no one talks about it. I'll take it serious because I've had this situation, and you have, Mark, and we kind of just pass it off and we go, well, no, we can't think like that. We've got to kind of ignore it, otherwise it'll get worse. We've had the advice given to us, don't read too much into it, blah, 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 blah. But this attachment business is a serious thing, and I know it is. I believe in it. Whatever can attach itself to you, whether it's good or bad or whatever it can be, I've seen it firsthand and I believe in it. I believe it can happen. It just happens to the wrong people, not the right people. That's the problem, you know?
yeah.
And the right people you want it to happen is someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson. And it's never going to happen, is it?
Or, what's his name? Richard Dawkins.
Yeah. I mean,
You've took him
it,
somewhere like this, he would explain it all away with stuff. He'd go, I mean, I don't know how you could. The only bit that I couldn't understand is the voice. There's a lot of places I go to, and don't get me wrong. There's times in our episodes where there are things happening, and I might be able to come up with some explanation for some of the stuff. We're fully aware that when we're in an old house, that it's going to creak, that it's going to make noises. We're aware that when we're in the woods, there's animals in there, and especially hoppers, that there's like deers and all sorts of different variations of birds there that could be making noises. Right? We're not stupid, we're
yeah,
aware of that. But if we fill the episode with every single second, in any episode for that matter, go in, we had this moment, but it could be this. We had that moment, but it could be that. Then you lose the story. It breaks the narrative. It breaks that. You know what I mean? If I suddenly just
yeah.
come in and just shut it down. And then there's
Well,
times when things are mental and I can't explain
yeah, but
them.
I've always said to you though, Mark, you also need to be correct and 100% accurate on the things that you're debunking just as much as you are as the things that are paranormal. So therefore, you can't really call it either way half the time, because when something crazy happens, the only thing left is for you to go, that was weird. Because until, Stuart or Bob that died in the corner downstairs appears and says, the afterlife is all right, you should commit suicide and join me.
But
You're never really gonna
these
you're never really gonna know 100%, are you?
the academics will say though, if you've got like, it's like percentage wise. So let's say we hear a noise and it goes, "Whoa!" Now it's dark, we're in the woods, we haven't exactly seen what that is, but I can take an educated guess and say that it's most likely a fox based on the fact of the amount of times I've heard a fox.
Yeah, I know.
But we
But
haven't
that
we haven't
voice,
seen
dude,
the fox. No, I'm not saying that is, by the way. I'm not saying that is a
yeah, that
fox.
that voice, I don't care what anyone says. You could be the best scientist debunker on the planet with all the credentials behind you. That voice says, "Help me."
Have a good one,
And
Susie. Thanks for checking in.
100% it says help me.
Well,
And yeah,
Wow, it says
thank you,
something.
Susie.
It
Is
says
she leaving, is
something.
she?
Because there's even still debate on what it's bloody saying. Some people say daddy, some people say help me. I'm like, well, have we now created a Laurel Yami effect with this? Either way, it's a
Well,
noise that isn't any of
it's a
us.
yeah, is a voice, and I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a clue. Uh, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
What can you do though? You know, what can you do? Uh, Ranger Paul did bring up thinking about moving on to next locations further up in the chat. We do have a location coming, and we are looking at booking up
Woodchester Mansion.
Woodchester Mansion.
In
So we
fact,
have we had confirmation of that?
yeah, the forms have now come through, so I just have to finalise the forms. That's going to be on the 12th of October that we'll be doing it.
There you are, Sean, Ryan,
Put it in your
Stu,
diary now.
Paul.
12th of October, it's happening.
Yeah.
Some of you are aware of the situation as well, based on what I mentioned to you the other day after the farm, in which a proposition that Dan has made. So you're aware of that
Um.
situation.
Yeah. Dan's
But I don't know if he wants
I,
us to say it on the live.
Dan. In short, Dan is a
Help.
superhero. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Jason said he's off now, guys. Okay, mate.
Yeah, to be
See
fair,
you
we'll
all.
be
See
shooting
you
in a minute
tonight.
anyway, because it's nearly been an
Yeah.
hour, and you went and told your son that you're only going to be using his phone for an hour, so I'm
Yeah, but this has cost me 10 bloody quid as well.
no 5.
Yeah, you think he's gonna do that for 5? He's older now and he's very smart and switched on. Knows how to play the game. It's called haggling. Uh, any questions before we go, guys, on this Hoppus Woods? All I can say is please go over and check every single channel in relation to this and watch the episodes. I know this is late on into the live, and if you've made it this far, thank you. I appreciate that, but please go over to every channel, especially Ranger Paul's channel. Please go there and support this guy. This guy is just
Just
another level of
subscribe and hit that
experience.
bell and notifications, and just watch out for the lives,
Yeah.
and then just sit and watch one, because they're mental.
He
It's like
knows
if
so much. He knows so much.
if
Like
you it's like having an acid trip, but without having to take acid.
yeah, I mean, like, and you'll understand probably why he deletes the lives because he does go really in depth with some things that will probably get cancelled anyway. He just knows an awful lot about the paranormal. He's had his own experiences, which he goes into, and I think he's on our wavelength when it comes to this sort of thing. We really do trust the guy. He knows he knows an awful lot, and you could learn from him. As for what we said, and the point of this live was to talk about, the other communities out there, they should watch this. I don't know why they don't. I we don't know, genuinely don't know why, but I'm fed up of them claiming that they want to see a real experience, they want to see real activity, they
This
want to see a real investigation, and then they don't put no time into actually watching. It frustrates me because it's like, well, you're fake because of that. you know, you're being a hypocrite.
Is there a possible outdoor live coming in the future? If we can get a signal.
I don't know what it is about the phones these days. Like I said to you the other day, didn't I? What did I say? I said, like, would you expect us to believe that they landed on the moon years ago with the connection that they had back then, into relation to what the connection is like now? It should be better, and it's not. It's shit. What's this 5G
I
nonsense?
don't know. It
It does
doesn't work. It
nothing.
doesn't
It
work.
does nothing.
We're probably going to leave you on that. I'm going to leave you with one thing, Paul. And to everyone else, thank you for watching. If there's any last words you want to say, then say them now. Yeah, pop in your diaries for the 12th of October. Everybody that's going to be coming along to that with us.
Yeah.
You know who you are. So if you're watching this and you go, oh, I want to go as well, to the people that know who I'm talking about, those people pop in your diaries. We've got Halfway Farm coming up next week and the week after.
There's also a Dreadmare episode coming up as well.
Dreadmare episode coming up week after that. I don't know yet, but I know there's something in the works that I've done with Josh as well in a medieval church. So yeah, look out for that one. Until then, thank you and goodbye.
See you later. Ta-da.